you doing today?
Good.
Hey, I have a couple questions for you. I was wondering if you knew back in May there was like a 5-acre fire out here.
Yeah.
This started by a tree branch falling on the power line. Do you remember hearing anything about that, or?
I was not even in the city at that time.
Oh,
I don't really know. It rings a bell. It was like lower down the mountain. It wasn't this high up.
right.
And
They said it was close to the 207 mile marker.
okay.
And I did see the power lines and everything right there. What I'm doing is I'm actually trying to find. There's a little cabin that the Chaffee County Fire Department, I guess, they preserved it. They saved it from the fire, and it's a historic cabin. And I was just wondering if you guys happen to know where that cabin's at.
My maintenance. My maintenance guy might know.
Okay.
He's driving the truck. Right
Oh, is he out there driving the snowplow? Okay.
Corey, do you have a copy? Do you know anything about like a little cabin that was preserved from a fire down here in Garfield about 5 months ago?
Say that again?
Do you know of any old cabins that are preserved from the fire that was down here by mile number 207 a few months ago?
Fire in Garfield?
Yeah, it was like a little lower. I'm thinking it was more by like the RV park, but there's a gentleman up here who's wanting to know if maybe we knew where the preserved cabin that wasn't either found.
Will it go as fire in the summer?
Yes.
Yeah.
We didn't have fire down here in the summer. Did I know of?
It was a 5-acre. It was a smaller fire, but
Right, it was like a 5-acre smaller fire down here. I definitely remember it, but I just wasn't able to point you to the cabin. So I was wondering if you would know anything.
No, I remember the little fire too. But I don't know anything about any house cabin.
okay. Well, I appreciate you guys trying. I'll continue to look.
Go down to the Monarch Spur down there and ask them. John would know.
Yeah, like the KOA.
KOA might know.
Campground, and
Okay.
also there's the RV, it's like the RV park as you're going down.
Okay.
On the right hand side, the KOA is on the left.
John's working front desk.
Okay. I'll check down there. Thank you. We're a YouTube channel. We're running a story on the Suzanne Morphew case. So yeah, this actually ties into her case. We're thinking.
fire?
Well, we're thinking. Yeah. Well, it's kind of I don't know if it's a development, but it's something that we've kind of been led to that area right there. So.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. Speaking of that, though, when she went missing in May, did you guys have your security cameras up and running that day?
We did. We actually had some CBI, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. They came here and they walked the perimeter and they checked all of our security cameras. We never saw anything.
You guys never saw
From
anything?
behind, we never saw anybody on bikes driving past or anything.
Nothing, huh? Suzanne never went by here on her bike. Did they see Barry's truck go by?
I don't think so.
His truck didn't go by either.
They didn't really let us in a whole bunch of when they were on. They just told us that they didn't find anything and see what they were looking for.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they went.
Yeah, that's what we figured too. We don't know what they have. Obviously, they're not going to tell the public, but we just assumed that they didn't find anything on your guys' security cameras, as well as they got cameras on the highway down there where you chain up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They didn't. We were assuming they didn't find anything there either. So.
See, and I was thinking that she lost her bike. It was back down, right? It
Yeah.
was like 5 miles.
Yeah, right by the 225 and the 50. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on it, if you don't mind me asking?
I just heard a lot of hearsay. I'm not really sure what to think. I definitely think it was intentional. I definitely think. I don't know the lady personally, but I know people who do know her.
Okay.
I've been in Slida my whole life, and I don't know. I just don't think it makes sense. I think there's money involved. I'm not sure 100%, but I don't think it was an accidental thing or something. It's Mother's Day. She didn't come home. She has children. I feel like Mother's Day, you would have been with your family from the beginning, you know?
Absolutely.
And I would have went out with my children on a bike ride with them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It would be something that you go off on your own to do.
No, what, you know, and I know, I don't know Macy and Mallory personally.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do, but I don't understand why they were camping in Idaho on Mother's Day.
They left their mom here.
Left their mom here, and then Barry was supposedly at a job in Broomfield. None of it makes sense.
And that's why I think it's malicious.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, if it was an accidental, there would have been signs, and it wouldn't have to, you wouldn't have to pick it apart as much as everybody's having to.
Yeah.
You know, there would have been signs, things would have added up, I feel like, more, and it's just all,
It doesn't
make sense.
It doesn't add up, huh?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. And this is my 4th time out here. I'm actually from Arizona.
Okay.
And we started a YouTube channel around the same time that she went missing. And I'm actually the one that you know, talked to Barry. And,
Oh, wow.
and so we're up here again, just trying to drum up some information. You know, we don't get up here often. My brother, who's in this with me, he's in Kentucky. So he was out here flying the drone around. Now it's my turn, and I happen to get here at the same time as this huge snowstorm, but we're not going to be deterred. We're going to continue to get out there and look. So.
Yeah. See, and I remember whenever it was first happening, and there was hundreds of people. Like the whole road was covered with people who couldn't even drive.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if there's some type of evidence, I feel like somebody would have found it by now.
Yeah. Well, they supposedly found an article, is what they're calling it, but the word has gotten out that it was probably Suzanne's helmet. You know, her bike was right there down the hill. The helmet was discovered just above there. So let me ask you one more thing, if you don't mind. When you say that you feel like it was intentional and malicious, do you feel like it was a random abduction, or do you feel like it was maybe somebody close to her that was involved?
I feel like it was probably somebody closer to her. If it wasn't her husband, I don't know. I've heard a lot about the husband being the person who hurt her, and I'm not sure, but you have to know her schedule, that everybody's up town, and what her husband's doing, and why she's alone, and her roots, and stuff like that. But from what I've heard, it was routine for her to go out on this bike ride.
Yeah.
And she went the same route multiple times.
Yeah.
It was her way.
Yeah.
You know, and somebody who didn't know her like that wouldn't know that about her, wouldn't know where to look for her, wouldn't know that type of thing. So there has to be some sort of inside information.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yeah, we feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's anybody with a little bit of common sense, I think, feels that way.
It's reading in between the lines.
Yeah, it was a Sunday. It was Mother's Day. Maysville population is 135 people. I mean, the chances of her getting abducted by a stranger, is it possible? Yeah, anything's inside the realm of possibility, but highly, highly unlikely.
And not without somebody necessarily seeing it from the highway.
Right. Yeah.
If she was biking on the highway, there's always people driving.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
So.
Plus the residents who would know her and be able to see her from the road. I mean, she drives by, I'm sure she passes by people's houses.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not sure.
So what? Well, I'd love to pick your brain more, but I know you guys got things to do. But I appreciate you letting me know, and
yeah, you're welcome. Of course, I hope you guys figure something out.
Yeah. If you want to follow us on YouTube, you can go to the Draper Brothers.
The Draper?
Yeah, Draper. We're growing. We've got I think we're at about almost 20,000 subscribers now. So yeah, we're getting subscribers all around the world. So you guys are probably going to be on our channel. I'll just let you know right now, if you don't mind. Obviously, I don't know your name, but we won't say anything about your name or anything like that. But thank you so much for your time and for the information. And you know, we just hope that we can find her.
Yeah, me too. Justice for sure.
Yeah.
Justice for her family and everybody that's sorry for their loss. I mean, I've heard beautiful things about the woman. You know, I hope that they bring justice to her family for sure.
Absolutely.
At least, you know. So.
Yeah, I can tell that it's tugging at your heartstrings, isn't it?
Definitely, especially being a young woman around here.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't know what's gonna happen. Like it's scary. For the longest time, I was afraid to walk outside because I was afraid that I'd find his body or something.
Yeah.
And that's just not something that I want
Yeah.
to happen. I feel it is very emotional for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It is for me too. And trust me, I've shed tears as well as people, all total strangers that don't even know Suzanne, and I don't think you knew her personally either, but we all feel the same way, man. Justice, it's you know, we're all human and we're all brothers and sisters in my opinion, and we got to look out for one another, and so you know, we're going to continue to seek justice. But if you don't mind me asking your name, what is your name? Alyssa. Okay. Well, thanks again, guys, and if we hear of anything, we'll be sure to report it back to you. And if you guys hear of anything, let us know you can let us know through the channel. And if you need anything, just holler, okay? Thanks a lot. Yep, have a good day. Oh, is that better? Sorry, I was saying hello, everybody. I forgot how nerve-wracking this is, getting on here and talking to you guys. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I forgot how much so, but not as much as it used to be, because we're just all casual tonight. I hope nobody got dressed up for the occasion, because I know I dang sure didn't. I'm looking at the comments here. Let me see. I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces, guys, and I'm so glad you're here tonight, because this is going to be, I think, my best live. You know, I've considered getting off of YouTube for a while now. I'm going to talk about this toward the end of the show a little more, but I see a lot of people saying don't leave. You know, this has been a wonderful ride. It's been a wonderful experience. It's been a blessing in my life. So thank you guys for being here again tonight. What I thought we would do is I want to tell you guys a few stories that happened along the way, you know, with bringing Barry Morphew to justice. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, you know, Tyson, good job. You know, you did this, you did that. But, you know, guys, you guys deserve all the credit, really. I mean, I can't tell you the man hours that was put into this case by the wonderful sleuths like yourselves. And, you know, we had our ups and downs along the way, man. I made a lot of friends, you know, along the way. And then I lost some friends along the way, but I guess that's just life, right? That's how life is. We have people that come in and out of our lives all the time, and some stay for a long, long time. And then some stay for just, you know, a split second. But guys, I'm very grateful for you. I want to tell you a quick story. A lot of you guys have watched my videos. If you haven't, I encourage you to. The very first video that I put on YouTube was a short video of me at a schoolhouse just below Barry Morphew's house there in Maysville, Colorado. And in that video, I think it was that video. Guys, I haven't watched these in a long time, but I think it was that one where I said, or I put in the caption or something, that if Barry Morphew was found out to be innocent, you know, if he was cleared, in other words, that I would gladly apologize to him. Because that is some serious karma, and that's some serious stuff that I don't want, you know, if he's not guilty. And so I struggled with that for a long time. You know, I didn't want the fingers to be pointed at Barry if he wasn't guilty. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you that is because I want to tell you guys a quick story that's kind of funny. I think it's funny. I hope you guys do too. But when I first released the video of Barry onto the internet, there wasn't a whole lot of people following this case. It was only about 3 weeks old. It was in last June. And it was picked up by another YouTuber. Her name's Plunder. And her real name's Paula. I don't know her that well, but we became friends through the whole process. But she picked up that video, and
her and Dad with the Phone, who is Michael Dalton, who's also a good guy, like him and his content as well. But they picked it up and they ran with it, and all of a sudden my subscribers started to grow. You know, and I always said that had it not been for Plunder and Dad with the Phone and some of these other people in the beginning, even a lot of you guys, that the Suzanne Morphew case would have died. It would have died of COVID-19, just like a lot of people did and a lot of things did, but businesses and everything else. But anyway, she kept it alive and she kept it going. And then all of a sudden, one day I'm walking around the track where I'm getting a little exercise with my mom in Thatcher, Arizona. And I get a phone call from an unknown number, and I answer it. And on the other end, it's Mike King from Profiling Evil. And he says, "Hey, this is Mike King. I'm starting this channel." I think he had like maybe 200, 300 subscribers at that time. And he said, "I'm starting this channel." And he says, "I came across your Barry Morphew video with your interview." He said, "First of all, first and foremost, I want to tell you that was fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that, Tyson. That was great." And he says, "I got a partner here." He says, "His name's Chris McDonough, and he's going to join us. Can we record this conversation? Because we want to hear your story of when you filmed Barry Morphew. Can you just start from the beginning and go through the whole thing for us?" I said, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" So I was feeling all proud of myself. You know, these guys are big shots. I went and Googled their name and found a bunch of stuff. Mike had written a book, or was writing a book. By the way, it is a very good book. I'm going to give Mike a little plug there because I did read it. Thank you, Mike, for sending it to me. But anyway, they asked me to go through the story from top to bottom. And I did, man. This took like 45 minutes. I've walked probably 10 miles around the track. My mom, she was back over at the car. And I told them this story, right? And I'm walking, and I hung up, and I'm walking back to the car, and the phone rings again. And it's the same number. It's Mike King again. And I said, "Hey, Mike, what's going on?" He goes, "Oh, Tyson, you're not going to believe this." He says, "I forgot to push the record button." Oh, I was like, my goodness, dude. I was feeling all proud. You know, I knocked it out of the park. He says, "Would you mind doing it again?" And I hear Chris McDonough in the background. Chris is, God, he's such an idiot. Now, they don't even know these guys, right? And but that's the kind of the banter that they had back and forth, which was playful. They were just playing around with each other. But so anyway, we went through it again for another 45 minutes. And I really liked these guys. We started to develop a relationship with one another. We started to do lives together and stuff like that. And but what I wanted to tell you is during the course of this conversation, I can't tell you how many times Chris McDonough and Mike told me, "Good job, Tyson, getting this video. Good job. Good job." That was like what's going to get the dominoes falling on this thing, right? And I was eating this up because prior to this, when I was at that little church in Maysville, and I shot that video up there, and I released the video, I had people coming out of the woodwork. On that Barry Morphew video. I don't know who it was. I woke up in Idaho. I was in Ruben Provincio's basement, and he can attest to this too. And I opened my phone. I had 7,600 messages, and most of them were hate for releasing this video of Barry. And it was tough, man. It was tough because I wasn't used to, I hope I'm not yelling in the microphone. I probably am. But I wasn't used to getting harassed like this and called these horrible names and told, you know, go kill yourself and all this and that. Nobody likes to hear that. And I wasn't that thick-skinned. I mean, I've coached basketball. I've been a basketball official. Guys, and if you've never done that, that's a tough, tough gig. but I've done it. And I thought I was pretty thick skinned until I got on here and ran into all these trolls that are on here. But anyway, I'm not here for a pity party. I'm not here to pat myself on the back. I'm just trying to tell you a funny story how Profile and Evil came along and lifted up my spirits and told me that they thought this was a good piece of evidence because I guess it's turning out to be. I mean, you know, it really helped get Profile and Evil involved in the process. Andy Mormon, you know, he didn't want to contact me because I'm just like the crazy surfer dude, right? And so he wanted to go with the professional guys like Profile and Evil. And so he called them, he reached out to them. And all the while I'm getting to know Chris and Mike a lot better. And I'm excited for Chris and Mike because who cares, right? I want to find Suzanne, and I want to nail Barry to the wall. So does Chris. So does Mike, but Chris really does, right? You all know that because you got to know Chris during this, and he had a lot of what I have, which is drive. But anyway, these are two old investigators. And so Andy reached out to him and said, you know, can you guys help me find my sister? Said, yeah, well, we got a guy down in Arizona that got Barry on video. He says, yeah, I know, I saw the video. He says, but I want to do more. He says, I want to do a search. He says, I want to organize thousands of people if I can to go out and do a search for my little sister. And so, guys, I think a lot of you will remember the night that Profile and Evil broke the news that they were working with Andy Mormon, Suzanne's brother, and that this thing was gaining traction and that we were going to start doing a search for his little sister. I was so excited to be on board because I was out there in June of last year doing a search on my own with not one person around, not even Barry. Well, Barry, you know, he was out doing something the day before I filmed him. Remember, he was all wet and he was like in the bushes or something. I mean, in the trees, because when I rolled up there, the rain was coming at my face sideways and I walked right behind his truck and he was nowhere around. There was nobody in that truck. I went back and watched the video in slow motion. I did everything to that video I could to try to see if somebody was in there. There was nobody in there. And here comes Barry up the hill out of the trees and just rolls right by me. And he didn't even stop. He didn't even say nothing. He had a couple of other people in the truck with him. I saw one in the front and one in the back. And it was a split second snapshot picture in my brain. I saw Barry's face. He looked distraught. Very, very distraught. And I said, well, hell, here's a distraught man. I said, either he's killed his wife or she's been abducted and he's missing her. And you can't tell by the look on the face if it's one or the other. But I can tell you one thing. He was a distraught man. And now I think I have a better idea of which way I'm leaning on that. And I want to say kudos to the Chaffee County Sheriff's Department. I want to say the same thing to FBI, CBI, all the people who participated in this search, the new DA, Linda, or I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but kudos to her. You know, there was a lot of hype going into 2021 that the new DA was going to bring some pizzazz and she was going to really make this priority number one in Chaffee County. And it looks like she did. So kudos to her. It was a team effort, guys, between law enforcement, between internet sleuths, between all of us. And guys, I'm so very grateful to have been a part of this journey. God, I told myself I wasn't going to get emotional tonight. This is kind of hard for me. I'm sorry. I'm going to shake it off. Let me look at my notes here real quick. Let me see what else I wanted to talk about, and then I'll take your guys' questions. Um, oh, I wanted to tell you of an experience that I had a couple of days ago with going on the Nancy Grace show, which is an amazing show, guys. Really, I mean, she's a legend. Really, I mean, come on. She's been around for so long. She's put so many people behind bars, not only as a prosecutor, but as a crime junkie. So give her, you got to give her props, man. She's awesome. And I was privileged to go on her show. And so I went on there, and there was another guy on there, and I got to look at my phone real quick to see what his name is. And I'm going to give him a shout out because I really liked what he said. If you guys haven't listened to it, go listen to it. His name is Joe Scott Morgan, and he's a professor of forensics, Jacksonville State University, author of Blood Beneath My Feet, featured on Poisonous Liaisons on the True Crime Network. This guy's no slouch. Nancy Grace isn't going to bring on any slouches, guys. Come on. My name was at the top of the list too, man. I like that. But anyway, that guy was awesome. And what he said during this podcast really got my wheels turning in a different direction than I had never, done before. And it was about the Chaffee County Sheriff's Department knowing for sure that Suzanne is dead. They can't cross that bridge and then backtrack, right? Once they cross that bridge and say Suzanne is dead, there's no going back. So they're not going to say that lightly. They knew. They've known all along that Suzanne was dead. And here's the light bulb that went off in my head with this guy. He said, Nancy, he was talking to Nancy on her show. He said, Nancy, he says, there was a copious amount of blood involved in this crime. And she goes, oh, she said, I don't know, this and that. And he goes, no, he goes, there was. He says, look at the evidence. He says, they know that she's dead. He says, they've got something. And not only that, they had the house cordoned off for 3 weeks. And then a friend of mine from Indiana, who's also a friend of Barry Morphew's, who I got to know through this process, who was on the original search, said that the house smelled like bleach. So what was he doing at the hotel with all the bleach? There was another good point brought up on Nancy Grace's show. One of the ladies said he was cleaning his tools. He was cleaning his tools. He didn't want to throw them away because they're expensive, right? And he's a man, he works with his hands. He's a tradesman. And he likes his tools. He's already got them broke in. He was cleaning his tools at the hotel. And that's why Jeff Puckett and Morgan Gentile smelt bleach in the room. And that's why all those towels were on the floor. He was wiping them down. Is Barry Morphew innocent until proven guilty? Absolutely. So you can bash me and say that we've already convicted him and this and that. Guys, all you have to do is look at the evidence that he's left behind for the last year. He sold her house. He sold her cars. He took off from the house. I mean, he didn't help Andy search. He walked around the property with a shotgun and putting up trail cams to keep his eye on people. Like, Barry, dude, if you want to write a book on how to look guilty, it's going to be a bestseller, dude, because you checked every box. And it's unfortunate, Barry. Chris Madonna and myself and Lauren Scharf and so many other people asked you point blank to come on our show to tell us what happened to your wife. And now, in my opinion, it looks like you were lying the whole time. You lied to me the day you said that a mountain lion might have drug her up the hill. You were lying when you said that she could have crashed down the hill and fell into the creek and floated away. And you were lying when you put out that fake ass video that talked about Please come home, honey, because we miss you. And I don't care how much they want. We'll give them. We've already got a $200,000 reward up there. All total bullshit. We could all see through it. And I feel bad for Macy and Mallory. They stood by you, man. They stood by your side. They were even in court the other day mouthing how much they love you, man. Do the right thing for them, for Suzanne's family, for Gene, who is no longer with us, who held on as long as he could, waiting for answers for his missing daughter, answers for Andy, answers for all of us. Tell us the answers, Barry. Tell us where she's at and put it to rest and do the right thing. Guys, I love you. This has been a hell of a journey, man. It's been a hell of a journey. I want to tell Dusty how much I love him. I want to tell Chappie how much I love him. We had some good times, man. I'm not here to talk about me. I'm not here to talk about YouTube or I'm not even getting paid for this, guys. This isn't about money. This is not monetized. This is nothing. I wanted to come on here and thank every single one of you because you guys are my friends, man. You were friends to a guy that needed friends. We all need friends, right? But you guys don't know. I was going through some personal stuff and I needed some friends. And you guys were there. And loyalty is a big thing to me. It always has been. And it should be to everybody. I don't understand why it's not. But anyway, guys, I want to it's only been 35 minutes. I want to take your questions now, and then I have a little short video at the end I want to show in tribute of Suzanne Morphew. It's not anything special, guys. I'm not a computer whiz. I'm not an artistic guy. I'm really not. I'm surprised that my YouTube channel got this big and lasted this long, to be honest with you, because I'm really not that artistic. But I put together a little video at the end, and I want you to stick around to see that, okay? And now I'm going to turn the time over to you guys. If you have any questions or comments or anything that you guys want to talk about, throw it up. Yasmin Marquez, I'll throw yours up there first. Thank you, Yasmin. Yeah, and here's one from Ashley. Oh, it took off. Dang it. Sorry, Ashley. And no disrespect to Mauser. What did you say since it's there? I have your back, Ty. I have missed you. May you be blessed in mind, body, and spirit. Peace out. Thank you, Mauser. Going to bed already? You peacing out? Stick around. We got some great stuff here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. This is all we really got to say right here, guys. This is what I was hoping for tonight. Joey Faith, that really surprises me. Why the hate? People can be so stupid. It's going on all around our world right now. Not just the United States of America, but around our world. There's too much hate, guys. It's hard to watch, isn't it? Isn't it hard to watch? Every time you turn on the news, all you see is a bunch of hate. Well, guys, you know what, man? There's no way I could ever go through all your comments and respond to all of them. Sorry, I know that's gross, but I just want to say, man, how much I love you guys, how much I've appreciated this journey. I want to thank a few people, and I don't like to do this too often because I leave people out, but I want to thank Dusty. I want to thank Chappie. I want to thank Mike and Chris. I want to thank my mom, Carolyn, who has been a faithful person by my side through all of this, through the ups and the downs. I want to thank Michael Dalton for giving me the early shout outs and keeping my channel alive, and just all the positive things he said about me. Thank you, Michael. It meant a lot to me. It really did. Because, you know, I have kind of a soft spot, man. I have kind of a soft spot. And so when people say bad things, it hurts. And when people say good things, it's like, oh, thank you so much. It like really means a lot to me. So I hope you guys are well, man. Look for me on other platforms, guys. I don't know if I'm ever going to be like popular or anything on anything else, but if I am, come find me, because we're doing some good things. And may God bless you in this crazy world with all this stuff going on, guys. This is where it's at, man. This is the love that you guys have. And, you know, it's like, that's what we need more of, man. I mean, what's going on around the world? What's going on with all this evil? It's mind blowing. But you know what? We still got a couple people to catch. We got Nick Cordova's killer running around out there still. We got to catch him. Nick Cordova's killer hiding out somewhere. We got to catch the one out in California with Maya. And the one in Texas, Alexis Sharkey. Tom Sharkey's guilty. I'll tell you right now, Tom Sharkey's just like Barry Morphew. Identical. I'm going to play this video for you guys real quick. I got to pull this comment down. Joey Faith, you went way up here, and I got to find you. Hold on. 1 second. Don't go anywhere, because I want you guys to see this video. And this is how I'm going to close it out tonight, guys. How I'm going to close out this whole adventure that we went on together. But I'm having a hard time finding this comment. Okay, wait. There we go. Yay. Joey Faith. Keep the faith. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I don't mean to be a buzzkill, guys. I was going to end it on that, but there was something that I forgot that I really wanted to mention. So I know that was like a tender video, and I hope I'm not a buzzkill here, but I did want to say this, guys. people have asked me from the very beginning when I first got that video of Barry, how I knew he was guilty. And I got to be completely honest with you guys. There were times I didn't know, but from the very first moment when Barry rolled down his window and it was on the passenger side and his mother was sitting right there in the passenger seat, and I leaned in and I said, "Are you Barry Morphew?" And he got this look on his face that was sheer panic. It was a look that I had never seen before on anyone. And I couldn't describe it to people when they would ask me about it, or I'd tell them that I couldn't describe it. But you know what? I don't have to anymore, because I got that same look right here on the screen right now. I'm going to put it up. It's the same look right here. In my opinion, Barry Morphew is guilty. And he knows it, and he knows he's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar. That's the identical look that I saw that day when he took me up the hill and told me all these scenarios that didn't hold any damn water, Barry. I hope you do the right thing. God bless you all. I love you. Thanks for the amazing journey. We'll see you somewhere at some time, hopefully soon. I'm officially signing out, guys. Talk to you later. Love you all. Bye-bye.